Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'll give all honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kakadash. I want to say double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone, back in the lesson through the power and spirit of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua. So basically, this lesson real quick. I'm going to make this quick hitter. I just want to go into James 4 and 10 real quick about how you want to humble yourself when you're in this walk. You know, this truth. So get straight into it. It's James 4, verse 10. Humble yourselves in the sight of the Lord, and he shall lift you up. Exactly. Because when you come into the thing, man, with the truth, you want to be humble. You want to be humble as possible. Because last night or this morning, I watched a video from a brother, Thy Servant, from the Birmingham camp. And basically, he was making a lesson about how boast about not the things of tomorrow, because you just can't say you're going to do this and that tomorrow, and you just never know. Something else might pop up. Different stuff happen. You know what I'm saying? Basically, listen, you're going into like, boast not about the things of tomorrow. And boast not about things of tomorrow, I mean, like, don't say or brag about, but just say, well, I'm going to do this day, that day, or I'm going to do this next week, this summer. You don't know that. Because basically, you can't say you're going to do this tomorrow or that day or this specific time or this specific day, and you ain't even finished the day you in right now. And that makes sense because, hey, man, we gotta humble ourselves like Lord willing. That's why we say Lord willing. You see what I'm saying? Very quick. Let's get what Lord willing means. Lord willing means used to indicate the acceptance of Yahweh's will when expressing an intention or hope. So, right. That's why we say, Lord willing, because Lord willing, we get accepted by Yahweh Shah. So he can put the spirit on us to do what we're trying to do, or what we're trying to accomplish. Because we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, or next week, or next summer, within a few more months, next year, whatever. You don't know. Because different stuff happen, different stuff pop up. Then another thing, you got a lot of guys that come into the thing, they try to teach their own truth. They try to make up their own doctrine. You can't be doing that. You got to teach what's according to these scriptures, which is prophecy, about the MOTB, World War III, Jacob's Trouble, all that, etc. And what else? You got to teach about, the hopeful elect being saved. Esau being destroyed. Esau, so-called kingdom being destroyed. Babylon the Great, so-called America being destroyed. When Yahweh shot the chariots and the nuclear missiles. That's prophecy. Supposed to go into that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Now, the Bible is not just going to say, America going to be destroyed, or it ain't going to say when the Lord coming back. When Yahweh shot, it's not going to say what specific time of day he going to come back. But if you got the whole spirit of understanding and you put two and two together and you read and study, you'll see what's going into you. With the spirit on you to get an understanding, a grasp of what these scriptures really mean and what they're really going into. So yeah, man. That's why you want to pray for the Holy Spirit more. So don't be going out here making up your own doctrine. Adding on to the scriptures, taking away from the scriptures. Matter of fact, let me get that real quick. Let's see. Bring that up real quick. So, let me try to find it real quick. This it. Let me see. This is Deuteronomy 4, verse 2. Ye shall not add unto the word which I command you, neither shall ye diminish out from it, that ye may keep the commandments of the Lord your power, which I command you. So, right, man, you ain't supposed to be adding on to the scriptures, trying to say, this is what the Bible talking about. It ain't talking about that. Or you're not supposed to take away from the scriptures, like leave stuff out the scriptures and not going, supposed to go into what it's really talking about. But I think that was the scripture I was trying to get. But let me see. Yeah, that was one of them. Let me get another one. This is Revelation 22, verse 18. For I testify unto every man that heareth the words of the prophecy of this book. If any man shall add unto these things, Yahweh shall add unto him the plagues that are written in this book. So, right. So, if you're making up false doctrine, adding on to the scriptures, I'm trying to say, oh, the Bible talking about this, and it ain't talking about that. But basically, that's adding on to the scriptures. Hey, man, the Lord, he going to judge you. You know, eventually, he going to come to a point where the Lord going to destroy you. Because you're not supposed to be adding on to the scriptures or making up your own doctrine. That's going off. So, right. Let me see if there's one more. This is Revelation 22, verse 19. If any man shall take away from the words of the book of this prophecy of Yahweh Bashim Shah, shall take away his part out of the book of life and out of the holy city and from the things which are written in this book. So, right. Don't add on to the word. Don't take away from the word. Or you saying, oh, the Bible, it don't got no World War, it don't got no nuclear missiles in the Bible. That ain't biblical. Or you saying, oh, the chariots ain't biblical. That's taken away from the word. You doing that, you going off. Or you leaving stuff out, taking, saying, oh, the Bible ain't talking about this, and it's really talking about that. You taking away from the word, so you have about Shema Shah. And you don't want to do that. That's why you want to humble yourself in this truth. And another thing, you got a lot of Israelites out there that's saying, oh, I'm part of the elect. You don't know that either. How can you say you part of the elect when Yahushua ain't came back yet to even deliver the elect, to even know if you part of the elect or not? Because you ain't been delivered yet. That's why we say, Lord willing, be open to pray we part of the elect. The 144,000 in the elect. Because we don't know yet. We can't say we part of the elect, and Yahushua ain't came back to destroy Babylon yet and to do some delivering. You know what I'm saying? So how can you say you part of the elect? That being proud. That's not being humble. Saying something like that. It's all right, man. You want to humble yourself when you come into the truth. It's all right. You got a lot of jakes out there that think they can read the Bible from the beginning to the end, like a graphic novel or newspaper, and to say, oh, I know the Bible because I read it from the beginning to the end. But do you understand the breakdowns of the scriptures? So, right, so you don't know the Bible from the beginning to the end. If you don't even understand the proper breakdowns, if you don't do no studying, if you think, oh, you don't need to learn from men, you're supposed to learn from men. You're supposed to learn from the prophets. You're supposed to learn from elders, older men that been in the truth laboring for a long time. They got a lot of knowledge. They don't know every single thing, but they got a lot of knowledge, and they was, into this word, teaching this word way before you started teaching this word, even before you heard about this word. You see what I'm saying? So, right, you gotta learn from me. You're just not gonna wake up and learn about the truth. Oh, I'm an Israelite. Oh, no, you gotta learn the scriptures from my prophet, the teacher. You get the definition of a prophet. A person regarded as an inspired teacher or a proclaimer of the will of Yahweh. That's right, man. You gotta learn from the men of the Lord, the prophets. Grab that scripture real quick. I'm gonna highlight this too. This is Luke 1, verse 70. As he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets, which have been since the world began, right? So prophets been around since the beginning of time, and basically, Yahweh Shema Shah spake by the mouth of his holy prophets. So the Lord is speaking through his men. He's speaking through his prophets so they can bring out his word and teach you so you can learn. So you got to learn from men. The men are the prophets, the men of the Lord, the men of Yahweh Shema Shah. So all you out there saying, oh, I'm not supposed to learn from men, I don't need to listen to nobody, and you bugged out. You real bugged out. And that's proud. And that's not being humble, thinking that, oh, you can just wake up because you're not just gonna wake up one day and know you're a Hebrew Israelite and just say, oh, I can learn everything by myself. I don't need to learn from nobody. I already know everything. You're not even gonna wake up one day and know you're an Israelite. To know you're an Israelite, you gotta hear his word being preached by prophets to figure out and discover who you is. We all did. The ones that's in the truth. You learn from a prophet or somebody on the street corners or from a YouTube video talking about the Hebrew Israelites. And that's how you learn your heritage. You just ain't wake up one day and just know you was an Israelite. It don't work that way. So right, I ain't want to make this too long. I'm ending off right here. Lord will, this lesson was edifying. I'm going to give all honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushua, by Hashem, Kakadash. I'm going to say double honor to the apostles and elders over that great millstone. Rule well, teach well. Shalom to those for and the sincere, all king, all qualified that listen, tuning in. The next time I say, shalom, shalom.